Why, hello there. How are you? Welcome to Tuesday. It is Tuesday, somewhat randomly Texas-type thunderstormy Tuesday, as right now, over our house, the sun is shining. However, we got to watch a thunderstorm make its way across the top of our house and head south a little while ago, and doubtless it will happen again. I have been asked to. I had somebody actually tell me that the sound wasn't that great on the last show, so I just want to make sure that y'all can hear me okay. Because if y'all can hear me okay, then that is a good sign. So here we are on the first of the 3 shows a week schedule, and next week it's actually going to get even weirder because we are going to be heading out of town next Thursday. We have things, so I will not be doing a Thursday show, and depending on how things go, Tuesday might not happen either. No guarantees. Not Tuesday of next week, Tuesday of the week after that. But that's alright. We'll figure it out. You're having to turn up the gain some? Well, you know, we can do something about that. Hang tight. All I have to do is update this thing a little bit there. And hopefully that gives us a little more sound. Turning up the actual mic/aux feature here. I mean, I could reach around to the back of the microphone and crank the gain. If that's going to help or not. It's a little hard to tell. Live broadcast from the road. We're going to be doing far more stuff than will actually merit the logistical challenges of trying to set up a live broadcast from the road. Thunderstruck. So far, I have not been thunderstruck. You know what? Let's do this. We're just going to move the microphone closer. We can do that because we have a boom mic. This boom mic was the mic I was going to use for completely random aside. But yes, I actually have seriously considered what would be required for me to play Thunderstruck on this instrument. Talent. It would require talent. I can almost get the opening riffs, but not quite. So we're still kind of working on that. So today we are going to be playing a medley of my hit. Or rather, we're just going to play a bunch of stuff that I like. We're going to see how we do. And carry on. Turn up the aux. Turn up the aux, turn down for what? I don't know. Be the what you want to see turned up, turned down for in the world. That's what I say. All right, let's get this party rolling here. Because yes, it is time once again to bust out Possums in a Trench Coat. Dedicated to my friend Cameron. It's the aux blue. Dedicated to my friend Cameron, who told me one day that they were not in fact a person, but 3 possums in a trench coat. And I figured if 3 possums was funny, 6 possums is hilarious. This is a riff on Mirror in the Bathroom by the English Beat. And if you remember that song, you are in my age demographic. Here we go. There's the rhythm. Not too slow, not too fast. Possums in a trench coat come to tea. Sit round at a table like you and me. Do they want another biscuit? But I give them 3, 'cause they're not really. I got a 6 possums in a trench coat. driver wouldn't stop, no, he just kept on going, cause he didn't want to drive 6 possums in a trench coat. Possums in a trench coat, see a show. Do you give them just one seat or the entire front row? Do the possums in the middle just peek out through the buttons? Man, I got so many questions for 6 possums in a trench coat. Bridge! Boing. Possums in a trench coat on a date. Got there 20 minutes early, couldn't stand to be late. Everything turned out to go much better than expected, cause the date turned out to be 6 possums in a trash can. Captain. I can word. Possums in a trench coat. Possums in a trench coat. Possums in a trench coat. 6 possums in a caftan. I can try and learn Bella Ciao. I will see if I can, and add that. I am gradually adding more and more songs all over the map to what I've been playing here. I've been doing this for a little over a year now. It's a little weird, but it seems to be working. The Possums in the Trench Coat are, of course, illustrated right here by the inimitable Ms. Mel White. And they are, of course, from the top down, Geraldine, and then Bob or Roberto, they're twins. Then Sophia Cameron, remember Cameron? Then Roberto or Bob, again, they're twins. And then George, also known as Hatchback, who used to live with my friend the Birds, who are not birds but are in fact humans, but has been relocated to a farm upstate. And if you got that reference, you are definitely in my age demographic. So... every time you shout bridge, I shout duck. You know, I think it's not a bad strategy, honestly. There's a fantastic video out there. I think it's actually a TikTok. I was like, oh my god, duck! And the guy next to him is holding a duck. Oh, I see, it's a duck. And he gets hit in the face by an incoming flying duck. So, you know, the cosmic rules of comedy are definitely well in play there. So, we had a thunderstorm, and now it is bright and sunny and dry. We have a small creek bed forming along one side of our property here at the house known as Ororoki in an undisclosed location in San Antonio, Texas. And the water flows down this little thing and then out to the sidewalk. And then it is aqueduct into the street. Yes, Tobias the Aqueduct. That's what we're calling it. Because everyone else has called me that, so why the heck not? You know. We will eventually be throwing out a little dry creek bed, which will become a wet creek bed that side. But we're just barely at the point now where I can look around and go, yeah, this place is probably going to stay upright. We are, in fact, coming up on, in July will be the 5th anniversary of us actually moving in and occupying this house. Which is pretty cool. I'm startled by it myself. And now, I think I'm going to change gears dramatically, because I can, because it's my dang show. And I am going to pull up a little Jimmy Buffett. Now, I have noticed, I am a big fan of Leon Redbone. And if you don't know who Leon Redbone is, go check him out. He's a remarkable guy. He has made an entire career out of singing old Tin Pan Alley songs. But the most remarkable thing about it is I can't sing like Leon Redbone, but I can sing like Jimmy Buffett when he's trying to sing like Leon Redbone. And there's a song that he wrote, Jimmy Buffett did, called Pencil Thin Mustache. And it goes, something like this. Well, now they make new movies in all black and white, with happy endings where nobody fights. But if you find yourself in that nostalgic rage, honey, jump right up and show your age. I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, the Boston Blackie kind. two-tone Ricky Ricardo jacket and an autographed picture of Andy Devine. I could be anything I wanted to be. Maybe a Sway Barrel Flynn or the Sheik of Araby. Only had a pencil-thin mustache, then I could solve some mysteries. Do you ever get to the point where you're doing a song? You ever get to the point where you're doing a song and you realize you've just messed up and there's no graceful way to recover from it? I have done that. I just did that. And I suppose if I just bowled right through it, I could carry on. But you know what? Strangely enough, I don't want to. I want to start over because I can, because it's my show. Welcome to the incredibly imperfect Tobias the Adequate Troubadork live rehearsal with online heckling show. Now they make new movies in old black and white. Here we go. With happy endings where nobody fights. But if you find yourself in that nostalgic rage, honey, jump right up and show your rage. Haven't done this in a month and a half, I think. I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache. Might be more. The Boston Blackie kind. A two-tone Ricky Ricardo jacket and an autographed picture of Andy Devine. Oh, I remember being buck-toothed skinny, writing fan letters to skies the spinny. Well, I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, then I could solve some mysteries too. But it's a bandstand, Disneyland, growing up fast, drinking on a fake ID. Well, the Rama of the jungle was everyone's marijuana, and only jazz musicians were smoking marijuana. I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, then I could solve some mysteries too. But it's a flat-top, dirty mop copping a field, grubbing on the living room floor, so sore. Well, they send you off to college trying to gain a little knowledge, but all you want to do is learn how to score. Well, now I'm getting old, I don't wear underwear, I don't go to church, and I don't cut my hair, but I can go to movies and see it all there, just the way that it used to be. And I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache. So it's handlebar, the Boston Blackie kind. A two-tone Ricky Ricardo jacket and an autographed picture of Andy Devine. I could be anything that I wanted to be. Maybe a Sway Barrel Flynn or the Sheik of Araby. If I only had a pencil-thin mustache, then I could do some cruising too. Yeah, Brill cream, a little dabble do yo. I could do some cruising too. And now you see why it is that I had to go back and start over, because I actually had managed to leap all the way over all of the song lyrics to the refrain at the end. You just can't do that, man. I suppose I could have flipped it around the other way, but you know, I don't feel like it. And that's okay. One of the challenges of doing this kind of goofy show, which I've now been doing, as we all know, for over a year now, is that I have this drive to make sure that I don't do the same songs over and over and over again. However, this means that sometimes I go in and I decide in my infinite optimism that I'm going to do a song that I haven't done for a while, and then I try to do it. And then things happen. Like the boating accident that occurred at the beginning of Pencil Thin Mustache. So you see. If I do, in fact, get the gig to do this kind of thing at some place, I will probably do a set list that I will call my basic set list, very much the way I used to do a basic magic show as Tobias the Adequate at fairs and festivals scattered throughout the Pacific Northwest and here in Texas, and just do a set of songs that I know I can do in just about any conditions, and I'll gradually expand that. But now, I would like to talk to you for a moment about platypuses. That's right, platypi. My friend Kay, who may or may not be watching this right now, pointed out this webcomic, which is from Cat's Cafe, which is available anywhere the internet is. So it's on Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr and Instagram and probably TikTok somehow. And it's a really lovely, wholesome, heartwarming one. And this strip came out right at the beginning of lockdown during the pandemic last year, when we had no idea what the heck was going on, and we were just figuring, okay, if we can just all just not lose our tiny minds, we might be able to get through this. Unfortunately, it took us the better part of a year to stop losing our tiny minds as a composite entity and begin to make our way towards what we're going to call normal, although it will never truly be normal again that way. It'll be a different kind of normal. And so I wrote this song because I looked at it and I thought, you know what, that sounds like something that I could do a song for. And it actually sounded, what it sounded to me like, just Platypus Postman just kind of cries out. It kind of has that Grateful Dead, Fish, 4.5 hour jam song, extended guitar solo kind of thing. And this is one of the first songs I wrote, really, for the pandemic, during the pandemic, and I have recently added a new lyric to it because I've learned something new and scientific about it. The one thing I have not put into the song is the venomous spurs upon the elbow joints of your average platypi. I think it's the elbows. It might be the back claws. I'm not sure. But this thing, let's make sure I'm actually still in tune. Because we tune because we like you. We tune because we have a general sense of goodwill toward you. And we'd like to keep it. So yeah. Also, this is just one of my favorites. Thank you, Kay, for suggesting it. Platypus Postman, Platypus Postman. Neither rain, no snow, no sleet, no hail can make the Platypus Postman fail. Even in a flood, he's still not stuck, 'cause the Platypus Postman swims like a duck. Platypus Postman, Platypus Postman. Even through the mud they can't be beat, yeah, they never sink because of their web feet. Not a dog will chase him or leave a mark, 'cause the hounds are too darn confused to bark. Platypus Postman, Platypus Postman. Imagine, if you will, 3.5 hour solo here, and then we'll get back to the lyrics. Here we go. In the gloom of night he'll safely walk, 'cause the Platypus Postman glows in the dark. It's true! It's the darndest thing that you've ever seen, for the postman's bioluminescent creep. Platypus Postman, Platypus Postman. In the coldest rain they won't leave you, they're protected by their thick coarse fur. Of all the post carriers on the scene, only one of them is a monotremes. I'm so proud I could rhyme that. Platypus Postman, Platypus Postman, Platypus Postman, Platypus Postman. Believe in the Platypus Postman. He's got Platypus, Postman. Added a little filigree on the end there. Why not? Oh, yes. Kay is referred to the boating accidents that I say, I call when I screw up a boating accident. Kay firmly believes it's a kayaking incident because as long as I can get myself righted back up again, we're fine. The trick is not to go through the entire show upside down. I like that answer. I do. Weirdly, we have now come to the moment many of you have been waiting for. That is correct. The final song in this show today. Show number 237 on the 18th of May. Wow. This year, the whole universe has been weird. We're still working on getting to the point where we are on the tail end of this damn pandemic thing. And I personally am a big follower of the whole idea behind science and finding out how things work. And yes, I do still put on my mask, even though I've gotten my 2 shots and have not gained any superpowers yet. But, you know, a man can hope, right? A man can hope. So, we will continue to do this as we go. So the last song of the set is dedicated to some of my friends, many of whom will be watching this later on in reruns, because not everybody can watch at 4:30 Central. The original concept behind this show was I would be driving home at this time, but I'm not because I'm working from home. So it's my non-commute show, and then it became the non-commute pandemic coping mechanism show, and eventually it'll just get enough titles that the whole thing will just collapse under its own weight, as most of my jokes do. But this last one is dedicated to my friends, both of whom are named Michael. Oddly. Although one is Michael and one is Bubba. You know who you are, Bubs. And this is, in fact, dedicated to my friends who are planning, in fact, to take over the world. It's not often you have more than one potential overlord in your peer group. And it is my fervent hope that they can work out some kind of, like, you know, power sharing structure, or, shift duty or something like that. This has some of my more favorite chords in the world, including the F sharp major, which I just love a lot. It goes something along the lines, but only something, because
timeshare. That way they get to have vacation.
The timeshare. That way they get to have vacation. See, there you go. Now, when I get in a lot of songs, you got a little mental thing that I can do to set myself into it for the proper mood. And this one, I just gotta lean back a little bit and I gotta say, so, yeah. There we go. Uh-huh. D7, C7, G7, and A. F sharp major. Don't want to run things, but my friend can. They've got charisma, they've got the plan. My buddy's got the means, and by them I'll stand. When it comes to world domination, I'm their biggest fan. Well, I just can't wait to watch their plans unfurl when I help my friend take over the world. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. World's a messy place, so much to solve. My friend won't let the challenge quell their resolve. They're gonna need some friends to implement their plan, and I'll be quite happy to be their right-hand man, you know. Not like second in command, but like fourth or fifth, somewhere in the administrative ranks. Someone's got to handle the paperwork, you know? Well, I just can't wait to watch the plans unfurl. Wanna help my friend take over the world. Thunder. they're not evil, don't get them wrong. They're intense moral, their ethics strong. They're simply gonna guide us to a better land. You'll barely notice their firm yet gentle hand. Well, I just can't wait to watch the plans unfurl when I help my friend take over the world. It'll be fun. Well, I just can't wait to watch the plans unfurl when I help my friend take over the world. Well, I just can't wait to watch my plans unfurl when I help my friend take over the world. And so we return after a long hiatus. Battered, bruised, confused, but generally optimistic about the world. To the conclusion, hopefully successful, of yet another Tobias the Adequate Troubadork non-commute pandemic coping mechanism. Let's see if we can do this again show. Thank you guys for hanging out with me once again. I appreciate y'all doing so. Y'all watching me do this makes this slightly justifiable. If you were not here, I would just be Vox Clamatia in Deserto, a man crying out in the desert, a voice crying in the desert. Or Vox Clamatis in Dessert Cart, a man screaming into a sheet cake. Sheet cake. Anyway, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the current plan. We will continue to do these shows as best we can in that manner. This week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Next week, probably Tuesday and Wednesday, because there will be things happening Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday. And then maybe we're back to the Tuesday schedule. Maybe not. I'll keep you posted. I really will. I want this to continue to happen. We, of course, live in a capitalistic society, so what the heck? PayPal.me/theadequate and Venmo @theadequate for the tip jar. And thank you very much to Alicia, Eric, Robert, Rick, Emily, and Miranda for throwing some bucks in the bucket. Thank you to my bewilderingly supportive Patreon patrons at patreon.com/theadequate. Jen, Joe, Alexi, Austin, Chris, Teppo, Shay, Linda, Ann, Stephen, Rob, Alicia, Relly, BK, Brian, Richard, Lorene, Clamato. Clamato is, in fact, made with clam juice. And it makes a reasonable substitute if you don't have Bloody Mary mix. By the way, Patreon patron peoples get previews of songs, mixes of songs, new songs, and other swag. There's some swag I still need to make. But some of the swag I already have, and I can already give it out, and I talk about it at patreon.com/theadequate. You can find me on the interwebs. This is the big thing I got to talk about right over here. I got to point in the right direction. This thing right here. This beast. Artisanal Gibberish. The second printing, the official printing with an ISBN number. A genuine ISBN number. It's in here. Genuine book. If it was not a genuine book, I couldn't make it make that noise. That's right. Convenient size, just the perfect size to leave on the toilet tank in your bathroom. So there you go. You can find that at unrulyvoices.com/product/artisanal-gibberish or pretty much anywhere you get books or ebooks. We are all over the bloody place. Yes, we're at Barnes & Noble. Yes, we're at Amazon.com. We're also at bookshop.com and Indie Books. Support your local independent booksellers. And by the way, if you go to bookshop.com, you can actually support a local bookseller when you order a book from the website. Personally, we are supporting Nowhere Books here in San Antonio. And as soon as the stupid pandemic lifts, I am spending far too much time in that shop. But support your own if you don't have one. If you don't have a bookstore, nope, those are not bloodstains. I assure you that there, that's jam. That is jam. I assure you that is jam. Jam. The website is theadequate.com. I am at theadequate on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I am at Tobias the Adequate at TikTok and Tumblr. SoundCloud.com/Matthew-Laguerre is where I put a lot of my stuff. Yes, I have a Bandcamp channel. Yes, there's nothing on it. Why? Because I want to have something of some frickin' standards before I start charging people money charging people money or asking for money for recorded versions of these dang songs. Of course, there's also thudbucket.com, death metal you can laugh at, which is available anywhere you find any service with the word music in it, including Spotify. And if you listen to the entire album on Spotify, me and Ron get about 1/1000th of a cent each time that happens. And one day we could afford to buy, a pizza with it. Who knows? It could happen. Stranger things have been known to happen. Well, that's enough. That is enough out of me. I am running out of speed. I'm running out of words. We will do this again tomorrow, however, about 4:30 Central, and we will do some more songs, and I will do some more things. I am working on a couple of songs that I'm pretty happy with the way they're beginning to turn out. Some of the songs I've got rolling around in my head are a little odd. Some of the concepts in my head are rolling around are a little odd, but you know that you should expect that because it's me. If you've never been to this show before, hi, this is me. This is what happens. Tobias the Adequate sings songs and babbles at people for half an hour or so, and here we are. Yeah, that really is enough out of me. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Be kind, be careful, be safe, be silly, be adequate, be decent. It's amazing what being decent will do for your general environment. Because if you're decent to other people, they are encouraged to be decent to others, and it just kind of builds like that. It's like a multi-level marketing scheme, which actually has a positive return rate. True fact. Y'all have been wonderful. I have been Tobias the Adequate, and I thank you for encouraging my behavior. I will see you guys next time. Take care. Aloha. See ya.